If at first you don't succeed, wipe your makeup off and try again. Today's video is a Dermablend Flawless Creator Foundation Drops wear test of shade 30N. It's retailing for about $40. I can't remember if that's US or Canadian. I feel like it's probably the US price for 1 fluid ounce or 30 ml. In this video, I'll show you how the Dermablend Flawless Creator Foundation Drops perform on my skin after a few hours of wear, how it looks in photos, flash and non-flash, how it looks in natural light, on my combination oily skin, if I didn't mention that before. And I'm gonna go straight to the application. Sounds like it's going to be really liquidy, but it's not. It used to be more liquidy than it is now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a person with more than 12 foundations. I do not finish a foundation within the first year. And this one says 12M on the very bottom, which means it's best used within the first 12 months of opening. So now the product is a bit more solid. In the claims and in the information on how to use this foundation, they say that 1 to 4 drops is what you should use depending on what kind of coverage you want. So 1 mixed in with your skincare is just gonna give you a light coverage, and 4 drops is gonna give you full coverage. Before I begin, I'm applying a primer from Pixi on the left side of my face, your right. This one's a little bit scary to apply because it's got a color. It looks weird as you spread it, but then it settles into the skin. This is a hydrating radiance primer. Next, we're going to apply the Dermablend Flawless Creator Foundation to the non-primed side of my face. And I'm just going to do 4 drops. And then I'm going to see what it does. I'll spread it around a bit with my fingers. That was the mistake I made at first. I applied way too much. Look at how far those 4 drops have gone. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques brush and just buff and stipple that into the skin. Now, I don't think this is a perfect color match, but for now it'll do. And this looks so much better than the first time I applied it when I made that mistake of using way too much. Major regrets, because it set me back about 45 minutes in my review. So it does a lot, as you can see, just those 4 little dabs. And I think it's supposed to be 2 dabs on one side and 2 dabs on the other. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Spread it with my finger. Whoop. I think it's quite obvious that this foundation is probably a shade or two too light for me, but we're gonna do what we can and work with this so that we can give it a proper review. I'm gonna move on to concealer now. 1, 2, 3. Gonna pat that in. Then I'm gonna use my damp sponge. All right, as you can see, it didn't really cover my pimple. I'm actually going to use my Makeup Forever foundation stick to see if I can cover that up. That is so ugly. What the hell is that? So here is what the foundation looks like. We're gonna take a couple of pictures. So here you have a picture with flash and without flash taken with my cell phone. And next I will show you some natural light footage. I'm going to drop a few of the claims before we get into the latter part of the review, which is the wear test after a few hours. The Dermablend Flawless Creator is designed for all skin types. Never cakey or masky unless you over apply, which I learned the hard way. For an even and natural look. Provides up to 16 hours of comfortable wear that is smudge and transfer resistant. Containing 33% concentrated pigments for weightless and customizable coverage. Water-free and oil-free formula. Also, just to let you know, this is a vegan foundation. Following that, I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever translucent setting powder to set my makeup and move on to the rest of it. I will touch base with you in a few hours and let you know how the foundation wears, so definitely stay tuned to that. Hey there, I'm back. It has been 7 hours. Now, before I get into my end result thoughts, I wanted to let you guys know that the previous video I posted on the Vichy Teint Ideal is on a foundation that's probably discontinued. So I really want to apologize, and it seems that that foundation is only available on a few European online retailers, and it's totally my fault for assuming that it was still a thing. Because I realized that one was discontinued, I was prompted to check out the remaining 4 foundations that I want to review, and there are 2 that are discontinued. One was another one from Vichy, and the other was the Quo Matte Revolution, which I really wanted to do in this 12-day foundation series. I'm going to replace those items. Now, I know that I have more foundations than the average person. However, quite a few of the foundations that I have left have already been reviewed, or they are discontinued, so there's no purpose in including them in this 12-day series. So what I'm considering doing is reviewing a couple that I've done in the past, because obviously my standards are a lot higher than they used to be, and I'm doing a very specific wear test with all 12. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because honestly, I'm not in the way of going out and buying more makeup. So again, I apologize. I'm really cheesed about this, but it is what it is. And at that point I had already filmed, edited, and then I was like, wow, girl, why did you not check that out? On to my thoughts on the Dermablend Creator Flawless Drops. I am clearly very, very oily right now, but to be fair, this foundation does not boast any claims about oil control, so I will stop complaining about my oils and go ahead and give it a blot. As for primed and unprimed side, I honestly didn't notice a huge difference. This was the side with the illuminator. I just haven't had the best luck with the drugstore primers. I feel like they don't really do much of anything. So I think the thinner texture helps in that I noticed that when I blotted, there's very little transfer onto my tissue. The color mismatch does not look as horrible anymore, but I definitely feel like this foundation is a lot lighter than what I'm used to. I'm used to something that's more yellow. My blush was still showing before blotting. Now under these lights, I'm not so sure. This foundation did not cover my pimple, if you can remember, and I put a little bit of Makeup Forever foundation stick, dabbed it on top. Now it's not there anymore, but it's not the end of the world. It gives you this like natural girl look. I just wish I would have paired it with a primer that was pore filling, because I can definitely still see my pores, and this foundation does cling a little bit to dry patches. I noticed that. So if you are not very well exfoliated, or if you have combination skin with lots of dry patches because of winter time, it's not cute. So overall, I do think that the whole concept of very concentrated pigments is a great idea for a foundation, because I don't know about you guys, but I do get tired of heavy foundations. I want something that offers up coverage but also still looks natural, and I really don't mind if a few imperfections are showing through. I just don't like it when things cling onto dead skin. I will show you a few close-ups, and I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Let me know if you like the way that it looks. Alright, so I wanted to show you a close-up on the smaller camera so that you could see what I mean. It really doesn't do anything in the way of concealing any imperfections in terms of texture. These doodads right here, the finish up here. Overall, just very, very natural, very lightweight, doesn't cover that much. Let me know if you've tried any foundation drops in the past and what you've thought about them. I'm curious to hear your comments down below, and I will see you in my next foundation video. Bye! Happy holidays!